Welcome to the most famous club in the world and welcome to Live at the Cavern. Hi and welcome to the Cavern Clubs, where we are early 2012, having on the 16th of January celebrated our 55th birthday. For this occasion we launched our brand new Cavern website and membership scheme, alongside a day of live music from 200 children from Solihull. They were showcasing their various bands, and on the 26th of January we were honoured to host a one-off intimate show in the Cavern Live Lounge by one of the world's biggest female recording artists, Jessie J.
Oh, so you think you know me now? Have you forgotten how you would make me feel when you drag my spirit down? But thank you for the pain. It made me raise my game, and I'm still rising, yeah. So make your jokes, go for broke, blow your smoke, you're not alone. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now, yeah.
In conjunction with Radio City, and it was the perfect way to start 2012 and what a performance. So where do we go from there for the rest of the year? Well, before we even think about that, let's take a little look back on some of the highlights and events at the Cavern in 2011. On the 5th of January, we started the year with an intimate gig in association with Smooth Radio, a young female singer from London who had received critical acclaim for her debut album. That album was called 19, and her follow-up titled 21 was just 3 weeks away from release. The artist, of course, was Adele.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. But sometimes it hurts instead, yeah.
Adele. And with this album, in the short months that followed, she literally conquered the world. For the 200 people that were lucky enough to attend the show, they were treated to an acoustic performance of this incredible album. Another memorable night in the Cavern's illustrious history. It was the 9th of February 1961, the Beatles' first ever gig at the Cavern. It was a lunchtime session, and 50 years later we recreated this historic occasion with our very own Mersey Beatles. A whole day and night of celebrations continued, along with many special guests, and of course the world's media reporting on a gig that kicked off the incredible relationship and connection between the Cavern and the Fab Four. ITV produced an hour-long documentary, I Was There When the Beatles Played the Cavern. This was broadcast nationally on the 9th of February and featured the fans and bands that had been there throughout the Beatles' Cavern days. And it looked at the story of the Cavern and the incredible legacy that was to follow. Other highlights in March saw a couple of great gigs at the Cavern Live Lounge, the return of the legendary Chaz and Dave, and the Cavern debut for 80s pop star Toyah Willcox. May saw the club's very first and now annual Mod Festival, 8 bands and 2 DJs over the May Day bank holiday, all in aid of charity. Also in May, the 7th annual IPO Festival, the International Pop Overthrow Festival, 200 original bands from all over the world playing the Cavern's 3 stages over 8 days. Each year gets bigger and better, and a big thank you for the man behind this, Mr. David Bash. Now, July saw the Cavern at the House of Commons as one of the main sponsors for a government-backed Battle of the Bands competition. Our entertainment director, John Keats, was one of the judges, and was asked to make a speech at the House of Commons at the awards ceremony. So welcome to the Cavern Club for our first interview with one of our resident bands. I'm here today with Jimmy Coburn. So Jimmy, tell us, where were you born?
For Zachley Hospital, Liverpool, L10 I think, L9.
And how long have you actually been playing John Lennon?
Been playing Lennon now, I'd say for about 12 years. Mainly Beatle John, last 3-4 years doing solo John. Yeah, and the Blue Meanies of course being my band right up until this point.
Tell us, what's your favourite Lennon song, and tell us why.
Beatle John or Solo John. Right now, at this moment in time, I'd probably say She Said, She Said. That's my favourite Beatle period of John Lennon in terms of looks and, you know, sound, the way his voice sounded. Everything about him was really cool. Solo John, Watching the Wheels.
Has there been any highlights during your Lennon career so far?
I think meeting Paul 2002. I can't see how I can get bigger than that really, but who knows.
That was at the tribute to George on George's birthday.
That's right, yeah, it was George's first birthday since he died, passed away, and meeting Paul, which was a total shock. You know, it was 50-50 whether he was coming. You know, it was just fantastic. It's never been top since then.
Any other highlights?
Of course, meeting Jeff Emmerich and being chosen for, you know, a cast to play John Lennon in a Hollywood production. You know, it's that and meeting Paul are the two biggest.
3, 4. Everybody's talking and no one says a word. Everybody's making love and no one really cares. There's Nazis in the bathroom just below the stairs. There's always something happening and nothing going on. There's always something cooking and nothing in the pot. There's something back in China, so finish what you got.
And what plans have you got for the future?
Plans for the future now, just to do the best show we can on this Cavern Club Beatles weekly show, which will be starting in March, isn't it? This is the first time the Cavern Club have done a real theatre style show, you know, with the big backdrops, theatre changes, costume changes. You know, it's going to be one of the most fantastic shows at the Cavern.
So you got a point to prove.
In a nice, friendly way these days, yeah, because you know, we're from Liverpool, you know, we're the lads from Liverpool doing this show, and it's got to be good and it's got to be right.
So you and your brother were both cast by Jeff Emmerich, the legendary Beatle recording engineer. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Oh, it was amazing. That was just fantastic. You know, we knew we were going to go there and give it our best shot. We knew we'd be right up there. To be chosen by Jeff as the best sound and John and Paul in the world was just amazing.
So tell us, how does it feel to be representing Lennon's music and persona here at the Cavern Club to our international audience?
International audience, when you put it like that, yeah. You know, you've got to raise your game, which we've found. You know, we've always thought we've done a great job doing this, and it's been natural to us, and we love every minute of it. But now it's sort of like, you look at things and we magnify things 10 times more than what we used to. Yeah. And there's a real importance of making sure this is right for the people that come, because they've got to go away and think, I've just been to the Cavern Club of Liverpool, watch 4 lads from Liverpool, you look like the Beatles and you sound like the Beatles, and that is everything. That's what we're going for.
It's not the biggest stage in the world, but as a Beatle impersonator or tribute, or however you want to word it, it is the biggest stage in the world.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the Cavern Club was. It's the heart of, when you say Beatlemania, Beatle tribute mania, you know, this is where people are looking at, logging on to all the time. It's the Cavern Club.
Well, thanks for joining us anyway, Jim. It's been a pleasure chatting to you at the Cavern.
Pleasure, Neil.
And so in August, our annual International Beatle Week Festival, it's 7 days of magic, music and memories. As always, over 40 bands from 20 different countries, all paying homage to those 4 lads from Liverpool, where it all began.
We love Beatle Week.
Are you kidding me? Woohoo!
September saw the Cavern's first royal visit. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, was guest of honour as patron for the Duke of York Young Champions Golf Trophy. An informal dinner was followed by a live performance from one of our very own resident bands here, 54321. The Duke complimented our caterers on an excellent scouse, a traditional Liverpool dish, and the Duke even took to the Cavern stage, albeit to deliver a speech and not to belt out a rendition of Twist and Shout. September saw a couple of notable gigs at the Cavern Live Lounge, where the Merseybeats celebrating their 50th anniversary, and also a wonderful performance from Jerry Marsden as part of a fundraiser for the British Heart Foundation, of which he is a patron. October saw the launch of Cavern Records, a new record label that will not only feature the Cavern's rich history, but will also give a platform for up-and-coming bands. The first release was Cavern Records Presents, the best in new music, featuring many artists, including our very own resident band, the amazing Kappa. It's always been important for the development of the Cavern as a live music venue to feature new artists. We have our own Cavern Rock School for up-and-coming aspiring young musicians. And in November, we hosted alongside Radio City one of the country's biggest boy bands, The Wanted.
Rush too much, here we go. When you live such mind, it's a kiss of a lie. I know that it's a little bit frightening.
Now the sight and sound of 200 screaming young fans singing along to this great band really brought the Cavern up to date, and as we like to say down at the Cavern, a foot in the past and a hand in the future. The 9th of November 2011 marked the 50th anniversary of the day Brian Epstein took that short walk from Nems on Whitechapel round to the Cavern on Matthew Street. 2011, we marked the anniversary by adding Brian's name not only to the famous stage wall here in the Cavern Club, but also to the Cavern Wall of Fame situated outside on Matthew Street. November the 29th, 2011 marked the 10th anniversary of the passing of George Harrison, and the Cavern, along with the City of Liverpool, presented a 3-hour concert at the magnificent and very apt St George's Hall. This was followed by a concert in the Cavern later on that evening. Many highlights during the day, but the sight of 20 Hare Krishna devotees chanting for George on the live lounge stage was, for many of us here at the Cavern, a highlight of the whole year. December saw our hugely successful Christmas with the Beatles shows in the Cavern Live Lounge, as well as the annual gigs from China Crisis and Bruce Foxton from The Jam. On the 9th of December, not only did we commemorate the 31st anniversary of the world losing John Lennon, but we also hosted national awards for the Plain English campaign. Now, December 20th saw the return of Sir Paul McCartney to Liverpool to play at the Echo Arena. A memorable 3-hour concert with Paul sounding better than ever. It was a perfect way to wind down another busy year for us here at the Cavern. And the club was full both before and after the concert, with thousands of visitors in the city for this incredible concert. So that was it, for 2011, with Jessie J kicking off 2012 in style, and many more exciting events in the pipeline. This year promises to be as good as the last one. So keep in touch with all what's going on at the Cavern via our website, cavernclub.org, and we hope to see you here at the Cavern very, very soon, the place where it all began.